What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a Heart's Desire reading for the sign of Leo. Okay, Leo, you guys are second on the zodiac lineup for Group 1. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so your girl been struggling, Leos. I ain't even gonna hold you. My energy has just been really, I don't want to say sluggish, but kind of just a little bit slow. Again, if you guys haven't already seen, for the month of March, this is being the third month that everybody is kind of centering right now, and I'm no exception to the rule. I think we all are. Okay, and so lo and behold, you have Nine of Cups here, but you also have the Ten of Wands. Okay, so you may be feeling accomplished, but at the same time, maybe a lot of burdens. Okay, so a lot of things to do, and that's probably the whole month of March for everyone. Things start, kind of springing up, if you will, going into April, and so you're probably feeling the adverse effects of that. Okay, trying to move some things around with the Six of Swords showing up, but still that Ten of Wands. Okay, so some kind of burdens on everyone. Maybe trying to tie up some things. Again, full moon just passed. If you haven't already checked, Leos, for your monthly manifestations, you can find some extra messages there for the month of March before the energy runs out. Okay, and so Six of Wands is still here, but King of Pentacles. Okay, you kind of come up on top, if you will, with the Six of Swords still being here after making some movement. So obviously, good decisions being made, some reevaluating, maybe even around the full moon energy, in order to tie up those loose ends and complete a particular project, or, like I said, some form of movement and communication, if you will. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on your read. Hopefully that pre-read kind of helps a little bit. Okay, so one from the top, which is for present energy, one from the bottom, which is for past energy, and then one energetically from the middle, and I think I'm kind of feeling this one towards the end here for future energy. Okay, we'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what the overall outcome is of this spread. Okay, so let's see what we have going on for you guys, Leo. Okay, so to start, present energy, wow, the World card. Okay, the World. It's been a minute since I've seen the World card come out on this deck, and it almost looks like, kind of like an atom circulating here. Okay, and so obviously the World is talking about wrapping up or a completion, possibly, of a phase of some sort. Okay, and so you guys could be changing up on some things presently, or know that some things need to change in either your personal life or anything else, more so personal than anything. I don't think it's I don't think it's really professional based, but for some of you it might be, as far as that pre-read goes. But in this realm of things that we finally got the cards set, I think it's more personal, but we'll see what happens. You could end up with some kind of professional standpoint in your oracle cards. Okay, let's see what's going on in past energy for you, Leo. And it's the Six of Cups. Okay, Six of Cups. Very popular within the Heart's Desire readings. Okay, so coming up in the past here, we have the Six of Cups, which is obviously water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You don't have to be dealing with one of those signs, but it's just an honorable mention. You could have that in your birth chart. But obviously in the past, some form of, sharing did occur. Kind of pouring into each other, the way these four cups hitting both corners, and pouring into these cups equally, okay? And so sharing amongst you and another person, really just putting everything on the table and out on the line, okay? Now, either a particular phase between you and a person is kind of done in a way, not in the sense of ending the relationship, but I feel like in the sense of just moving on to the next steps, okay? Or maybe getting rid of little quirks that are in the relationship that need to go, so that way the two of you can grow, okay? But first, that's not for everyone. It could only be for a few, okay? Let's see what's going on in the future energy. And we have the Ten of Cups, okay? Ten of Cups showing up here means wish fulfillment, okay, in future placement energy here. So we have these cups surrounding this kind of like gem. I'm feeling like hexagon, I cannot talk. Hexagon, octagon, all of that stuff, okay? Very geometric imagery here, okay? And so obviously a wish fulfillment. Nice to see that the Six of Cups bumps up to a Ten of Cups of wish fulfillment, okay? Now, for some of you, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be platonic, as far as maybe wishing for certain things to happen, as far as certain connections. I do kind of, when I see this, I kind of think of a round table and maybe trying to evaluate your circle in a way, with this wish fulfillment on this Ten of Cups. Maybe something that you want to do with a group of people. Depends, maybe you'll have to be the organizer or you need some help in doing so. But that's, that's kind of like a side thing, okay? That has not really came up yet, but maybe in the future, okay? So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck as far as the overall outcome of this energy. And it is, wow, Six of Pentacles, okay? So whatever this thing is going to cost you some money, okay? It's going to cost you some money. Hopefully you are willing to spend that, all right? But nonetheless, maybe some fine balance is coming to your finances. Maybe something you've been wishing for, Leos. You could be a Leo, another sign with Leo in your chart. So I'm working on something when it comes to that. I don't read birth charts, but when I can kind of feel the energy of a particular placement, I'll mention it. But I can't really get a single read on the placement of Leo that this is for. But you could be another sign kind of coming in on Leo's energy when it comes to this, as far as finances and spending, okay? So Six of Pentacles being here, balanced on your finances to be able to do something big that you've been wanting to do. And so it is going to cost you for some. Others, it's just about balancing yourself in the sense of either sharing valuable information or being able to give rather than take, okay? Which has been kind of a message or a running message in the monthly manifestations, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the clarifiers. If that's all you need for those who have Leo in their birth chart somewhere, or hopefully you are not cross-watching on a Leo, I do not really condone cross-watching because it can cause problems and it messes up the readings for me sometimes. So, because I end up reading for that cross-watcher instead of for the Leo, okay? Or for whatever sign it is. But, you know, if you're going to do it for a placement that's in your birth chart, that is fine. Because eventually the energy kind of mixes together, and so that's not a problem when it comes to me. But when you're using tarot to snoop on other people, you know, that's where, you know, myself and divine kind of do not like it as much. Okay, so I've talked about it a few times on my channel. If you love cross watching and you don't like that I'm telling you not to cross watch, by all means, it's okay. You'll understand one day, okay? But for now, that's just me, okay? Now, with that being said, let's get into your cross watching. Not your cross watching, sorry. Let's get into your clarifiers, okay? One from the top, not saying, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I know there's occasional Leo cross-watching on somebody else, okay? Or someone cross-watching on Leo, okay? There's cross-watching going on because I've called it out before in my readings, okay? One from the bottom, which is for your past, okay? And then one energetically from the middle. And I'm trying to fine tune on this one here. For future placement of the Ten of Cups. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck to see what is clarifying the Six of Pentacles, okay? So, if you stuck around this long, I appreciate it. Why don't you go ahead and subscribe so that way you can be notified the next time I do a reading for your sign. Do yourself a solid, because I know I do. You can go ahead and put, you know, not all, you know, I don't mind if you do that, because I, as of lately, cannot stand my phone constantly going off all the time. Excuse me. And so I totally forget that I can do that with certain subscriptions. So by all means, I don't mind if you quiet them or whatever, but, you know, might as well go ahead and subscribe while you're here. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading with these clarifiers. The World is being paired with the Devil. Okay. Devil energy with the World. All right. What did I say at the beginning of your reading? Okay. At the beginning of your reading, I stated of this energy, a phase of some kind of phase, vice, or whatever. Okay, this is Capricorn energy coming in here with this Devil. Okay, it's time for any of toxicity, karmic energy, bad vices, whatever the case may be. If someone doesn't like how you leave dirty dishes in the sink or whatever, that's the wildest example that I can give you. But just saying, okay, it's coming to an end, okay? Maybe an end to just, you know, feeling kind of ornery or lethargic because of spring coming in and we've been hibernating for so long, and so now you're finally getting the jump on getting some movement done, okay? So whatever it is for you, Leos, it's finally leaving and it's time to wrap it up. It's time to let it go because it has really been kind of a damper on your life within the past, you know, couple of months to the last few years, okay? So whatever that is, it's time for it to end, okay? That's your present energy. Let's get into this past energy with the Six of Cups being clarified by the Four of Emotions, okay? Four of Emotions. Four of Emotions means Four of Cups, okay? Four of Cups with six. So you had Six of Cups, went down to four, okay? So with that being said, I feel as though still equaling out to 10, all right, together, you wanted in the past, you were thinking about what it is that you truly wanted. Okay, maybe somebody gave you a little bit of an offer, but it just was not acceptable. It wasn't enough, and you had to speak on it, on why it wasn't enough. Okay, in the past, all right. And so maybe in the present, maybe you kind of realized you were kind of being a little bit spoiled, a little bit stubborn, wanting what you wanted and not really thinking about the other person and what they wanted. And so, taking the time to take a step back and really speak from the heart space. We have two faces here and kind of like this glowing light in between the faces or the lips of these two people while it builds up to a chalice, okay, which would be considered as that one cup while three stand right in front of you, okay. Deep in contemplation, not as much as the Four of Swords, because the Four of Swords is more about reflecting in self, okay, in slumber, if you will, whereas Cups is talking about really deep emotions, okay, to the point of eventually sharing, okay. So going from 4 up into 6, and finally speaking upon it in the past in order to maybe someone telling you what needs to be fixed in order for you to be able to have this wish fulfillment, okay. It's not that they don't see it with you or anyone doesn't see it with you. Again, if it's platonic stuff, it's just that certain things about you kind of turn people off, okay. And so something has to end. Either on one end you're willing to make some changes so that way other people can be happy, which sometimes Leos can be people pleasing, but only if it's to their benefit, okay. And not trying to throw shade, but there's some of you that are like that, okay. I'm not saying all, I'm just saying some. But for the others of you, it's like, why should I have to change? Why can't other people change or just take me the way that I am? That's also fine too. No one said that was wrong either. However, if you are considerate of other people's feelings, which is empathy, okay, Leos, if you are empathetic, then you have the probability of wrapping up this kind of energy and not only making yourself happy, but being, making other people happy, but making yourself happy by being the best version of yourself that you can be, okay? So let's get into this future energy, which is the Ace of Emotions. A lot of Cups energy. So you got a lot of water energy going on with you guys, okay? 10 of Cups with the Ace of Cups, okay? 10 of Cups with the Ace of Cups. Now, I feel as though there's this energy of you have, your round table, okay? You have your, let's say, albeit top 10 people, okay? But there's one missing, okay? And you want to either extend an offer out to this person to join this table. There's always room for one more, especially depending on who that person is, okay? Again, this also kind of plays to that, surprise celebration or get together, and it's just nothing without the person of honor, okay. And so of course one person is singled out, but for a reason, because it's about them, okay. And so nonetheless it will be a very heartfelt situation, and everyone will be there, that should be there, okay. So that is really that on that energy. That's the main thing that I feel when it comes to that future energy, okay. So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck to clarify the Six of Pentacles is nonetheless the Ten of Wands, okay? We saw Ten of Wands starting out in your reading when we split it, okay? And then you have the Five of Cups underneath, okay? Now, sorry, y'all, I'm like biting my lip. Well, I'm trying to get this reading out. I didn't freeze. So, Ten of Wands with the Six of Pentacles. Something is going to be a little bit burdensome, okay? There may be some disappointment, not from the person who's receiving whatever this is, the celebration, but maybe in the sense of either people not being able to come or you not being able to do something that you really wanted to do because it may stretch you a bit. But it is going to be a little bit heavy when you take on this kind of energy of leading the charge for something, okay? So, I mean, you do have, whenever I see this Ten of Wands come out, there's this woman who is carrying this vase here, this like urn, if you will, and then you have these 10 like bulls or cows up underneath that are holding and carrying with her, okay? Unless you ask for some assistance, okay, then it will feel like a burden, all right? Don't try to, you know, handle everything on your own, Leos. If you can, you know, ask other people if they can, you know, pitch in some kind of way, okay? If it is a party, you know, try to come up with as many resources as you possibly can that won't, you know, break the bank, okay? But nonetheless, there's still, you know, a lot to do, okay? And so I don't know, maybe 6 months or so from now is when this all goes down, okay? So it could be your birthday, birthday season, if you will, or some other kind of celebration, but that's the vibe that I'm getting. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get into what the outcome is, or what's to come in the final decision of Leo. What is to come in the final decision for Leo? This reading, you know, very, you know, somewhat lighthearted, if you will, for you guys, Leo, which is a good change of pace. I always like to see the energy change in a positive sense. So hopefully you guys keep up the good progress, okay? So we're gonna go to the bottom of the deck to see what the energy is for you guys, Leo. And it's believe and succeed, okay? Believe and succeed, number 6. We have this boat that's like pushing forward, and there's kind of like this light beaming up towards the sky, to the horizons, and very nice blend of like blue clouds, with a little bit of, gives me like third eye, crown chakra. Believe and succeed, okay? So know that you are headed, almost gives me this vibe of like the promised land, if you will, okay? Following your intuition, okay? Number 6, in the sense of, again, you had 6 come out now, because this feels reminiscent of the 6 of Swords again. 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, okay? And now 6 in this. All right, 6 is, triple sixes are not always bad. It's not a bad omen, okay? If you go on the community page, you can see what the triple six actually means in a positive standpoint, which is moving forward in a way, in the sense of, you know, taking a step back and reevaluating some things in your life, okay? for the good, okay? Even if that means, removing stuff that is not serving you, okay? But with this 6 being here, it's about believing in yourself that you can succeed and achieve anything that it is that you want moving forward, okay? As long as you put your best foot forward, all right? 147, we're going to go into the book. Okay. This is coming, I believe, after with sadness and isolation underneath number 3. Again, that's what we are all doing, is really kind of, going into ourselves and coming back out, hopefully more positive and believing in ourselves, okay? So you've had a stint and now you're here, okay, Leos? So your keywords here are confidence, achievement, inspiration, and recognition. Faith is powerful and can bring about amazing results. It's important at this time to believe in yourself and in your aspirations regarding love. Think and act as if all that you desire is inevitable. Your confidence will send a signal to the universe that you are ready to have that perfect relationship with a spouse, partner, parent, sibling, child, or a friend. See how many connections there are in this reading. Thus, the reason why I said it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be platonic, okay? So spouse, partner, parent, sibling, child, or a friend. The energies of success are around you. Use them to achieve your dreams. A lighthouse shines its light as a beacon to passing ships to help them navigate the surrounding waters. At this time, you can be a beacon to others. By acting confidently and being victorious, you can inspire your loved ones to reach out for what they desire. Recognize your power to affect people in positive ways. Congratulate yourself for this ability and honor that same ability in others, okay? Congratulate yourself for this ability and honor that same ability in others, okay? So, recognize that other people are just as much as a positive force and mentor possibly to others as you are as well, okay? We all do in some shape, form, or fashion, okay? If you have not acknowledged someone, you should, okay? Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your power of surrender so we can wrap up your reading, Leo. 3 shuffles here, and then we'll cut and go to the bottom of the deck. Last shuffle. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have surrender defensiveness. Okay, new energy alert. Okay, if you are new here, welcome. I truly appreciate everyone's patronage here. All right, like, share, and subscribe. All right, so you can be notified the next time I do a reading for your sign. We have somewhat of a geisha here. Okay, and she kind of has like a sword that's kind of lit, and there is, a few fires around her, okay? It says defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-decisive response, okay? I will say that again, as I always do. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness, okay? To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Okay. So that means, Leos, if someone is saying something that you feel like you have to defend, which would be a Seven of Wands stance, okay, ask yourself, why are you being defensive? Is there something that you are hiding that you don't want others to know? Okay, now aside from this possible secret party, it could be someone else who's trying to, possibly keep things quiet. But this could be about something totally, completely different. Okay, and it may not come up until your next reading, which readings at this point are a little bit jacked. Because of the energy for the month of March. Okay. So, as you can see, it took me damn near all month to get y'all's regular preliminary readings out. Okay. Which could be somewhat of a shift anyway, with the readings, but we'll see. Okay. I'm trying to get back on track. But, we all have to focus on ourselves. Okay. Sometimes. Now, but I do feel as though with that card, taking the opportunity to ask yourself, why are you being defensive about something, unless you have something to hide? Okay. Being defensive is a sign of, as I said, a sign of weakness. I just see it more so as someone who's not willing to really take accountability, okay, for anything that they've done. All right. And so you have to be willing to do that and not be defensive about it. Okay. Maybe you're defensive because you know what you did was, wrong. And so it's only, just for you to take accountability for it and not be defensive about it. Okay. Especially if, it's a group of people that are coming at you about it. Okay. And so understand, hear someone out, let someone state their opinion and how they feel. Center yourself and actively listen to that person to really gauge, what they're trying to communicate to you. Okay. And then just respectfully, maturely respond back. Okay. Because everyone is entitled to their opinion. All right. So, with that being said, that's all that I have for you guys today, Leo. I will see y'all around as soon as possible, primarily for your next monthly manifestation. So until then, peace.